Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Kirbis, and you're watching the first episode of a new series called Ointment. And this series is dedicated to magical things. So today we're going to be talking about removing obstacles with enchanted candles. I love this topic. I was hoping to post a video on Beltane, but it was a busy Sabbath. I accepted a new student, which is a joyful thing, but I did not have time to produce a video for Beltane for May Day. So I hope to circle back to that project at some point in the future. Meanwhile, we're here today. It's the full flower moon of May, and it is a rather dark, dreary, very rainy day here in South Carolina, but I love it because I like coziness, and it feels good to be here with you today. So a little bit of background about how I came to choose the topic for today's video. If you've been following my channel, you may know that I am a Long Island line Gardnerian, and I facilitate a group in the New York Wicca tradition, which is a neo-Gardnerian British traditional Wiccan initiatory tradition. It was founded in 1973 by Edmund Buczynski and Lady Rhea in Brooklyn Heights, New York. And Lady Rhea is considered to be the mother of the Wicca, as we call it, the mother of all of us who practice New York Wicca. She is now known as the Witch Queen of New York, a well-deserved title. She's the author of 2 books and the designer and creator of the world-famous Enchanted candle, which we'll be talking about today. And recently, I had a real estate issue with 2 hurdles to clear, 2 jumps to clear, 2 issues involved in a real estate issue. Of course, I did everything I could in the physical plane, practically, sensibly, using good judgment, working with my real estate agent to take care of everything for the first hurdle. And as a witch, I did spell work as well. 3 different spells, in fact, and eventually that first hurdle, that first jump was cleared. The second hurdle, the second jump still remained. And by that point, I was pooping out. I would say that I was suffering from spell battle fatigue at that point. So, and it's okay to it's not a bad idea to lay off the spell work. You know, once you've done everything you can on the physical plane, practically speaking, and you've done your magic, it's a good idea to step back. But I had to return to it because we still needed to clear that second issue. So after taking a break, you know, after I stepped back and took a break, it was time to clear that second issue. So we were still doing our practical things to clear that second issue, but I was still magically pooped out a little bit, okay? It doesn't matter how long you've been practicing the craft or how experienced you are. Energy is energy, and it can get depleted. So if you're pooped out, it may not be a good time to do magic. You may be familiar with the concept of halt, that it's not a good idea to make an important decision or do something important if you're hungry, angry, lonely, or tired. I think I'd add sick to that as well. If the body is unwell, I wouldn't advise, you know, making important decisions or performing magical work for yourself or other people. And it is okay to ask for help. It's one of the great benefits of working in a group or being a member of a coven is having that magical backup. Your coven has your back. Well, in this case, I knew that I was pooped out, but we did need to address the second hurdle of the real estate issue, and I asked Lady Rhea if she would make me one of her road opener candles, which she did, and she shipped it to me well wrapped in a box. Now, I've already taken it out of the box, but it still has the plastic around it and the rubber band to hold it down. So I'm going to remove the rubber band and the plastic. Oh my gosh, you guys, this smells so incredible from the oil that she used for the anointing. Oh my gosh. Now, the first thing I want to point out is this is a jumbo size candle. So if you're trying to open the road to solve or unblock a jumbo problem, this jumbo size candle will definitely do the trick. Let me show you in comparison to a regular 7-day candle. Notice that the road opener candle is slightly taller and the road opener candle is wider. It's just a big boy all around. Let me put that other candle back there. There we go. Let's talk a little bit about the markings on the candle. Lady Rhea hand makes these candles and she carves the symbols applicable to the spell work that you're doing into the candle. So in the case of this candle, we've got 4 directional moons that are connected, they're touching, facing each of the 4 directions. And in the center of each of those directional moons, we've got arrows of power coming out of the center. You can see that very clearly here, 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 and on the left here. All right, so we want to blast that road open in all directions around you. Now, in the 4 corners around the central design, we have some other carvings, all right? In the upper left-hand corner, we've got the Om glyph. Om. Were you aware that the vowel sound Om is the only sound that is made that is not created from striking 2 objects together? It's very interesting. That's the sound that I made from striking the glass cinnamon bottle on the wood coffee table, but Om does not emanate from a source where 2 objects are coming together, all right? If you're interested in learning more about that, read your Joseph Campbell. And on a side note, as a Rosicrucian initiate, which I am, in Rosicrucianism, we study and work with vowel sounds extensively. So I can attest to the power of working with them. So having that Om symbol here is quite powerful. And then on the other side, in the upper right-hand corner, we have the seed syllable Gam for Ganesha, who is the deity that we're working with on this road opener candle. Consider the wisdom and persistence of the great elephant. Ganesha, remover of obstacles, God of new beginnings, and bringer of good luck. All of those elements are important factors in this road opener spell. Lady Rhea kindly included some Ganesh incense for me to use with my candle. And it smells just as good as the candle, by the way. Now, she carved these markings, these symbols into the candle and then filled in the carved grooves with glitter. She likes to use glitter. You may or may not like to use glitter. You may just like a plain carved candle, or perhaps you want to use dried herbs to fill in your carvings and decorate your candle, or paint. There's a lot of things that you can do. to make your candle right for you. Now, a little bit about the road opener candle in general. This candle is designed to open all roads to success and remove obstacles. It is not the same thing as an uncrossing candle. That's not what we're talking about. An uncrossing candle is designed to remove spiritual blocks. The road opener is designed to remove physical blocks. This is a great candle to use if something is standing in the way of you accomplishing something or completing the accomplishment of something. You put out 100 applications, but you still don't have that new job. Finding a house, selling a house, starting a new project, opening a new business, attracting new customers. Maybe you're not getting any customers and there seems to be some kind of obstacle to that. This is the candle for you in these types of situations where your road seems to be blocked. This is the candle for the job. Now, we chose purple with gold accents for my road opener candle. Candle colors that are good for this type of spell work: white, orange, yellow, red, purple, and green. Cleansing the candle as you're making it before you start the carving and all of that. Water with a few drops of coconut oil, maybe just a pinch of sugar in that water. Deities that you can work with for the road opener spell: of course, Ganesh, as we've discussed, Hermes, Thoth, Mercury. And then oils for anointing the candle: Ganesh oil, sandalwood, coconut, honeysuckle, frankincense, a blend of cinnamon and bergamot. We've talked about incense. I'm going to be using the Ganesh incense. Cinnamon, sandalwood, coconut, honeysuckle, frankincense are all good choices. To feed our candle, to provide offerings and to feed the energy of our candle, iron filings are highly recommended. You may remember iron filings from your elementary school science class. Consider the attractive power. It's magnetic science, and we're using it again in our spell work. Honey, cinnamon, shredded coconut to feed your candle, a little bit of rice, jasmine flowers, dry jasmine flowers, wood chips, white wine. All right, so you've gathered this together. What else might you need? You also need dirt from the Crossroads. Looky here. Any four corners will do. It could be gravel from a city street, from a neighborhood, as long as it comes from four different corners that intersect, all right? And you notice I've put the dirt in baggies and I've labeled them 1, 2, 3, and 4. What else do I need to perform this spell? My letter of intention, which is signed, all right? And also a glass candle plate, or if you feel like you need more room for all of the stuff that you're feeding and putting in here, a glass bowl or even a crystal bowl. I recommend glass so that as the candle burns, you can see the candle when it gets further down. So what you'll want to do, I suggest when you have everything assembled, you light your incense, read your letter out loud is my recommendation, and then pass the letter of intention through the incense smoke. Then place your letter of intention in the glass bowl, or in my case, on top of the glass candle plate. And then you're going to place your candle on top of it. Now, you may not be able to tell, but I have like a full inch around the candle to put my my feedings and my offerings. And at this point, you open the bag number 1 of your Crossroads dirt and sprinkle a little bit over the letter and invite the spirits of the east to open the doors for you. And then do the same thing with bag number 2, 3, and 4 for the spirits of the south, west, and north. Then you're going to want to feed your candle and provide your offerings. Honey is so good for mercurial gods, gods that rule over communication. They're especially drawn to sweet offerings. And the shredded coconut, a little bit of rice, jasmine flowers, the wood chips, the cinnamon for kind of a spicy sweetness. And then to add intoxicating life to your spell, white wine. Okay, and this makes the 4 guardians happy. They will open doors for you so that good things can materialize in your life. You are blasting the road open. You are removing obstacles. All your paths will be open, and then you can light the candle and smile knowing that good things are on their way. And that is definitely my wish for you and for me. And thank you for sharing this enchanted candle adventure. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.